Hello there. My name is Isaiah, for those of you who don't know, and today I'm doing a first impressions video of Nova. Apparently this is from Panic, which I've never heard of before, but I looked in Perplexity, I said, hey, I need a code editor that is low AI slash doesn't kind of foreground AI super in your face, because I love Cursor, I love it to death, but ultimately I've just found myself being resistant to jumping in and editing code manually on it. And it's not like I don't love my vibe coding, but there's definitely moments when I need to be a little more precise when I copy on sites and web apps. So just gonna see if Nova is the right place to do that. And side note about Panic, if you don't know about the Playdate, that is a very cool project of theirs too, a hardware project rather. But anyway, I digress. That's totally an aside. Let's jump into Panic. So I've already downloaded it. It looks like it is a paid license perpetually. Okay, good to know, good to know. And interesting, I didn't know it evolved from Coda. I did use to have Coda. So that's good to know. And it looks like I have to do a subscription to have support. So we'll see. I'm still in the trial, but there's a 14-day trial that appears. Downloaded already. And something else I want to highlight is that it looks like, much like Cursor or others, it has my brain is freezing. It has a command line tool so you can launch projects and files from the command line. So let me just pause a sec to get a terminal set up and then we'll jump right back in. Okay, and we're right back. I pulled up a terminal. Let's see here. We should have Nova on our path now. Great, we do. And I want to be editing my portfolio. So let's see if Zoxide will remember what our portfolio is. It didn't. Wonderful. Always love getting those failed bash commands when right in the middle of a demo. Anyways, so just pulled the latest of my portfolio down from GitHub, and let's see if Nova is intelligent enough to open up that directory correctly. Okay, great. Definitely did that. Actually, it's a 30-day trial. My mistake. It looks like we have inserted some little AI features, but a little less AI forward in your face. Love to see that, of course. So let's jump right in and let me try to remember how my site is structured at all. This site I built years and years ago in college, which honestly feels frighteningly far away, but I digress. So let's start trimming out the em dashes to start with. We don't need any em dashes here. Looks like that was supposed to be the only one, or I'm searching for the wrong tool. I think I'm searching for the wrong tool. That looks a lot like an em dash to me, unless it's not a dash. It looks like a lot like an em dash. And for those of you who've been following my content, I am building a accountability companion app named Naru, a chat app. So yeah, definitely want to make sure that's still featured. However, yes, definitely also want to make sure we're not using a bunch of em dashes, because while I did use some vibe code and generate some of this copy, I'd really like to keep it closer to the original copy that I had on the site before I did the overhaul. If you want to see that, let me know and I can post a video using the Wayback Machine or something of just how far the site came when I overhauled it with Cursor. It was not amazing before that. So anyway, I'm liking this so far. Some of this, I would say it made some interesting choices about. Zahinari.com, well, that's true. That is where you can see the site. And that's true. However, I wouldn't say now squarely focused on AI. Let's just keep it short and sweet. All right. So yeah, I'd say the editing experience for HTML feels solid. Again, I'm not really gonna do more. Great, we can zoom smoothly. Collapse this dock, collapse this dock. Great. Feels pretty natural and intuitive. Should start checking some of these links. Let's see. Was not hitting the AI stack. Some of this it completely made up. Creating and I get what's my time? Building with AI dev tools and growing my skills and building agentic applications. AI and agentic applications. Technically, I would say Naru is agentic enough. It does use tool calls, even though those tool calls are pretty bespoke to its platform. So I think it counts. Anyway, You don't need to sit here and watch me use a bunch of M dashes. The only next thing I'm going to try is just make sure I can hot switch between. Looks like the command P is print. It's not what I thought it would be. I think I'm just used to my cursor hotkeys. Let's see if there's a go to. Go to line, go to symbol. All right, I'm going to try command K. Nope, nothing. I just want a quick fuzzy search tool. Let's see. That is not coming to me easily. So it does look like it's not identical hotkeys to VS Code or cursor. That's a shame. Let's see. Files, view, go, find. Let's see. Interesting. Looks like we are, or rather, I am struggling to find that quickly. Don't even remember how I collapsed the bar. Let's see some of these hotkeys. Maybe they don't have as many hotkeys. I hope they did. But it does look like we can just search in project, which is good enough for now. Though it's not searching by file name. Interesting. Well, I will keep looking. It is, let's see, I'm just going to try holding down command. No, it's not just going to auto show me all the hotkeys. That would be too easy. Far too easy. Anyway, thanks for looking. Yeah, I like this well enough. I like the UI. I'd say I'll still play around with it more before I decide whether I'm willing to pay $100 once and then potentially $50 a year for upgrades. That I'm a little more skeptical about. But yeah, it seems like a great tool, and it's definitely not shoving any AI in my face as much as I love that on the day-to-day. So thanks a lot. If you want to see my portfolio site, you're welcome to check it out here at isaiahman.com. Hopefully it will be up and running by the time you get there with a lot less indashes. And again, this was Nova by Panic. I'll link the site for Nova so you can check it out more in the description. Thanks so much.